The 10 Absolute Truths of Grief. Throughout this book, I am going to be operating by the following truths. These are themes, patterns, and universal truths I've uncovered through my continued research and in my own grief. This may be the first time you're seeing grief through this lens, so just read through these truths for now, and then come back to this page if it calls to you. 1. Grief is a normal, natural human experience. 2. Grief is not fixable, curable, or preventable. It is not a condition or pathology. 3. Once grief enters your life, it remains a part of your life, whether you acknowledge it or not. 4. Any loss is a valid reason to grieve, from death, divorce, and diagnosis to loss of a job, home, or dream. What is devastating for one person might not be devastating to another, and vice versa. 5. Grief looks, feels, and shows up differently to each person. Just like no two losses are alike, no two griefs are alike either. You cannot know the full depth of another person's experience, and they cannot know the full depth of yours. 6. Any tool or skill is a valid coping mechanism. What speaks to one person's grief might not speak to another person's grief, and vice versa. 7. Grief is fluid and changing. It looks different with age, time, and experience. 8. You cannot change, fix, or remove another person's grief. You cannot spare someone the pain of grieving a loss. Your grief belongs to you. Their grief belongs to them. 9. Grief is pervasive. It cannot be quarantined any more than love can be quarantined. Grief affects all areas of life. 10. The solution to grief is not a pain-free existence. It is allowing ourselves to grieve and witnessing ourselves in that process. Permission and presence are the remedies for agony and isolation.